It's Cardboard Collection, and I'm Rizwan.
And I'm Steven. And today we figured we would bring you a how to play of Wyrmspan by Stonemaier Games. I got to read this out of the box. 1 to 5 players. It's ages 14 plus. And we got
90 minutes.
90 minutes, an hour and a half. Well, I think maybe. Yeah, that sounds about right. But we're going to show you guys how to play. I tried to set it up so it's close to how they show you in the manual. So when you look at it, it seems close, but it's also kind of smashed together a little so we can all fit it in the top view. So you guys ready to come to the top view and we'll go over how to set up and how to play? All right, welcome to the top view. Let's go ahead and get into the setup of this game. So first thing that I want to say is we obviously have some upgraded components. So Rizwan has a mat. That's her fancy upgraded mat. We have upgraded coins.
Yes.
I mean, the whole resource thing's upgraded. So this is all upgraded up here. Rizwan's mat's upgraded. And obviously, it doesn't come with these. These are, I think, not Game Nerds. It's Gamegenic. Just little cups.
We got them separate.
Yeah. So your normal stuff's going to kind of look like this. You're going to have tokens. You got your coins and your milk and your meat and some gold and some crystals and stuff like that. This is what you get in the base game. We got this pre-ordered and we ordered the extra.
And we've seen something different style in a Google.
Yes, and there's other styles.
Woo-hoo.
Just like Wingspan, people are already making a whole bunch of different upgrades. So, but with that said, this is still all the same. You're going to set up the same way. Oh, and of course the cards are sleeved. Even the cave ones, these are the hard sleeves defined, are these cave sleeves. All right. So here we go. So the first thing that you want to do, I'm putting these the wrong way. First thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to set out the guild board. This is your guild board right here. So you want to set this out. It lets you move around the guild track whenever you see that symbol. After you set out the guild board, I have them kind of set over here to the side. You have 4 double-sided tiles, right? You take these, you give them a shuffle, and you put one of them down, but you want to make sure you put it down based on the side you want. So we're set up for a 2 to 3 player. The other side has 4 to 5 players. All it really does, here I'll give a single one to show you guys, is it just gives you more spaces, right?
Yes.
It says the same things, but it gives you some more spaces to do more stuff. Exactly. So put out your guild board, go ahead and get the tile for it, and then you pick the side that is right for the group you have. All right, let me throw these off to the side.
Each players put one helmet here.
Yeah, eventually each player will put one helmet there when we get there. Yep. All right, so once you have the guild board out, the next thing that you want to do is you want to put out the cardboard. It is made of cardboard, but it's called the cardboard. So you put this, go ahead and put this thing down. It says dragon card, so the dragon card board. Yeah. Once you do that, you take all your dragon cards, you shuffle them all up. This is a huge stack because they're sleeved. Shuffle them up, put 3 out. You do the same thing with the cave cards. Shuffle them up, you put 3 out. Yeah. Yep, so there's your cardboard. Once you have the cardboard done, the next thing you want to do is you want to take the round board out and then put out the round tracker. Here's the round board. This is your round tracker. All right, and you go ahead and set it on 1.
And all this is random.
Yes, all those are random. Those are your objective tiles. Yeah. And you have a whole set of objective tiles. Yeah. And like the guild board tiles, they're double-sided. So you give them a shuffle and you go ahead and randomly put, you randomly put 4 out and you flip them to whatever side you want. Just randomly get them out there.
Oh, yeah.
Once that's done, then you place all the coins, milk, crystals, gold, meat. And then these are just to, if your supplies are getting low, it's 2 times. So you can go 2 times your coin or 2 times your milk. Some of them are 5. Some are 2, some are 5. So you go ahead and set those out. Doesn't say it in the book, but this is when you would set them out. All right. Yeah. Once you do that, you give each player their personal player board. I have the one that comes in the game. You get 5 of the cardboard ones like this. Rizwan has a fancy schmancy neoprene. This is extra that we had bought. Yeah. All right, after you do that, each player gets 6 coins. So you give each player 6 coins. But before the 6 coins, I kind of jumped ahead. You give each player a meeple in the color they choose. You give them their 8 wooden cubes, and then you give them their shield, right? This is their Dragon Guild markers. Yep. And then you take the markers and you go ahead and set them over there. All right. And your person goes right on your base camp. You kind of stand them up there, but I laid them down so you guys can see the person. All right. We talked about coins. Then each person gets 1 egg. So they go ahead and just grab an egg, doesn't matter the color, and they slap it down right there.
Yeah.
After that, each person gets dealt 3 cards. They get 3 of each. They get 3 dragon cards. They get 3 cave cards. So a total of 6 cards. Out of those 6 cards, they have to pick 4. You don't pay for them or anything. If you've played Wingspan, you don't pay for them in any way. You just have to pick 4 of the 6 that you get. So I've picked my 2 dragons and I've picked my 2 caves that I want.
And don't forget, you can pick 3 of this, 1 of that. It doesn't matter how much each one.
Yep.
Just 4 of your cards.
Yep, doesn't matter, just 4 your cards. I tend to start off with 2 caves and 2 dragons. Yeah. Okay, so once you have that, then you go ahead and you get 3 resources of your choosing, right? And so how you go about doing that is you flip your card over, you look at them, you go ahead and see what they might need. Yep. What resources they might need. You only get to get 3 to start, so you get 3 of them. All right. So I think right here's a good time to stop, and we're going to talk about our dragon cards and our cave cards. So you guys kind of understand them, because you obviously in the beginning have to pick. So you're going to have to tell everyone how to do that. So if I did this right, these top 1, 2, 3, 4, these top 4 dragon cards will give us the different kinds of dragons and stuff we'll see. So first, reading it. You have your name, right? Your greater Scorpio. You have what it costs to put the dragon in a cave. You have the points that dragon's worth. You have the dragon size, how many eggs they can put on it, which environment can go in. And this one specifically can only go in the Golden Grotto. And you could tell by the colors here. And it's also the spacing. This means that they can't go in either of those. Some of them will be able to go into all of them. Then you have their temperament. This is an aggressive dragon. Yep, like that one. Then you have some abilities, and we'll go through them really quick. This symbol means once per round, and the round tracker will tell you when to do that.
Yeah.
This symbol will tell you when the card is laid down.
Yeah.
So you have that symbol. The next symbol is this flag. That is end of game scoring. And then your last symbol that you're going to run into is this little worker. This is for exploring. That means your worker can, or your explorer, your meeple can land on this card while exploring caves.
Exactly.
Right. Now back to the different, I can't think of temperaments now. You have aggressive, you have playful, you have shy, and then I have another aggressive in here. I feel like there's one more floating around, but those might be the 3. All right. The other thing you might have noticed as I was flipping through, large, medium, small, and hatchling are your 4 types of dragons. Helpful. That's the other one. Thank you. Helpful dragon. I thought I set this up well. I didn't. So those are your dragons. That's how to read the card. And then you pick your 2 cards, right? And then your 2 caves. Yeah. Now with the caves, they all have the same symbol. They'll tell you when you put down this card, you gain that. So that means put down the card, you gain that. Exactly. So that would help you pick your caves, but how you'd really pick your caves is what you could possibly get by putting them down and when they would be helpful. Exactly. Right. So you got your dragons out, you got your caves out.
Yeah.
You're pretty much ready to go, right?
Yes.
The only thing left is figuring out who the first player is. You go ahead and give someone the first player. I actually don't remember if it's younger or if it was last to see a dragon, draw a dragon. The other thing that it'll tell you in the book, though, is to set everything off to the side. These are going to be used at the end of each round. And they're also going to be used once you pass certain points on this map. But we'll talk about that when we talk about the Dragon Guild. Yeah. All right, so once you pass each spot on that map.
Yes.
All right, so from there, you pick your first player. Once you've picked your first player, you go ahead and play the game.
Yeah.
So what Wingspan is, it's a lot like, what Wyrmspan, I'll mess this up a lot. what Wyrmspan is a lot like Wingspan, where you're trying to build environments, right, to place dragons. And the way you do that is by spending coins. Each one of your coins are a turn, and you choose an action, and then you play the action out here. Either allowing you to get resources by exploring, getting resources when you excavate, putting caves down, right? Sometimes you get resources with your dragons, right? Putting dragons out. But you get resources, you lay down dragons to try to get the highest points. And like I said, your points you can always find with the little tail, like right here, and the number in it. That always shows you your points. So it's hard to say exactly. You're trying to build an environment with the most dragons. That's kind of how you become the winner. And you're a little explorer, and you like to explore the caves and have dragons grow and thrive in all your environment. So I guess it's kind of a sanctuary for dragons, right? You have these 3 sanctuaries. All right, so first thing that I want to go over is we'll go over all your different actions. And it's pretty easy to teach this because you have your actions right here. So we have our first action, which is excavate, right? So you pay a coin. Always pay 1 coin when you excavate, right? And it tells you right here, pay 1 coin plus print it on column. These are columns, right? And if you notice down here in the 3rd and 4th column, it says plus 1 egg, plus 2 eggs. Another way, it's really simple. This is not designed for that, but it does let you know, first time you play a cave, and you wouldn't play a cave right here because you have the entrance. That's considered a cave. Yep, each of these already have a cave. So right here, there's no eggs above there, so it would be 1 coin to go here. You can look right here, second one, right, would be 1 coin, 1 egg to go here. Third one would be 1 coin and 2 eggs to go here. So that's another way to look at it, but we'll explain what this is actually for when we get to explore. So that's excavate. You're going to pick a cave out of your hand and go ahead and set it down, right? Pay your coin, because that's your action. You would pay the coin to the supply. You would set your cave down. Colors do not matter, right? This cave can go into any of these. The color does not matter, right? And it's always the leftmost open spot. You couldn't choose to put a cave over here, you know, or here. It has to be in the left, or the rightmost open spot. Rightmost open spot, right? So you go ahead and put down the cave.
Exactly.
Now, the next thing that you can do is you can entice. And what entice means is you're trying to draw dragons into your cave to live in your cave. So what you would do if you wanted to entice, well, you'd put your worker there to let you know. So entice, put your worker at the entice. You're going to have to pay a coin plus print it on card. So once again, I'd have to pay a coin, and then I'd have to pick one of the dragons that I want to place, all right? I pick a dragon, make sure it's one I can pay for. I paid the coin, I pay the resources. I need meat, and I need a crystal. So I can pay the meat, I can pay the crystal, and I can lay this dragon down in the rightmost cave, that place that there's a cave. So as you can see right here, like we said, it already starts with the cave, so I can set a dragon down right there. I paid my coin, paid my resources. Once you're done, your worker always goes back to base camp. So the other thing we can do is we can explore. So how exploring works is this is where this comes in. So whatever cave you want to explore, you can only explore 3 times per round. A round's over once everyone has spent all 6 of their coins or more, right? Once everyone passes, that's when a round's over actually, once everyone passes. So to explore, let's say we're going to go up here. We're going to pay a coin, but this time we put the coin right there to let us know that we are going to explore for the first time. You go ahead and set your worker down on any spot that has the little worker guy, and you do what's underneath there. Right here is to get a resource of your choice. Down here is to draw a dragon card. Down here is to draw a cave card.
Exactly.
The next one is guild. That lets you go around the guild board. We'll talk about the guild board here in a second, right? This is all guild board. The next one allows you to do whatever that thing is again. So, you know, resource, dragon card, cave card. Yeah. Then the last one all lets you, not the last one, the next one lets you put an egg down, right? And then the last one has a bunch of different little things that you guys can read. The first one is cash up to 2 resources from your supply onto any of your dragons. So it'd have to be from your supply, and you can put it on your dragons. Yeah. That's if your worker can make it all the way over there. Now that's if they can make it all the way over there. because your worker can go here. If there is a worker, remember we showed you the cards with the worker on a dragon, then the worker can go on the dragon. You can do what it says there.
Yeah.
In this case, there's 3 different levels. This one says you can tuck a card underneath. If you tuck a card, you can gain 1 meat. When you have tucked your 3rd card, you also gain 2 dragon cards. And whenever you gain cards, it can be face up or draw them from there.
Yes.
But what happens is your worker goes until they run into the stop sign. So my worker on this board, or player 1 worker, can go there. Dragon has nothing. Then they can go right here, and they can move 1 up on the guild board, which would give them 1 egg.
Yeah.
Now, you can only get eggs if you have spaces to put eggs. Your map comes with 2 spaces that you can put an egg, and each dragon has a different amount. So this dragon can have an egg. Yeah. Now, I can't go any further.
Yeah.
So you have to lay caves to lay dragons. I cannot put this dragon in this cave because there's no cave excavated. It hasn't been dug out yet.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if I would have placed a cave there on an earlier round, and there's a dragon here, let's say, I can put a dragon there, which allows me to go deeper into the cave. But as of now, it says stop. My worker can't go any further. They go all the way back to their base camp.
Yeah.
Right? And it's time for the next player to go. Right? So I'm just going to go over a couple more things that you can see here. Right here, it tells you return your adventure here at the end of your turn. So your adventure always comes back if they go through the cave or they go here.
Yeah.
The other thing I just thought about this tells you, I should have said this with your explore action. The first time you can go through, 1 coin. Second time, coin and egg. Third time, coin and 2 eggs. You could only go through a cave. Each of these caves you can do it, but you can only go 3 times per round, right?
Yes.
So, all right, you always bring your worker no matter where they're at back here, right? So this talks about at the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, you can only have a total of 9 cards. It could be cave or dragon cards.
Exactly.
You can only have a total of 9 coins, which that would be crazy if you had 9 coins, right? And 9 resources, right? A total of 9 resources, right? The other thing it shows you down here, like I said, you can store 2 eggs here. And one thing to always remember, 2 of any resource equals another resource.
Yeah.
So 2 of any resource can be a wild resource.
Yes.
All right. So those are your actions. On your turn, you pay a coin, you do the action. Remember, if you're doing explore, the coin and the eggs would stay right here on your mat until the end of the round.
Exactly.
All right, so let's talk about the Dragon Guild board so you understand it over here. So what it does is anytime you see this symbol, or it's easier to probably see right there when I point at it.
We have it here.
Yep. Whenever you see that symbol, you get to move this one time. Every time you move it, you get what's in that space, right, as you move through.
Sometime in these cards, guys, give you gain 2 each.
Oh, you get to move twice.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing. Whenever a card says you get to do something, and then each opponent gets to do something, even if you choose not to do something, like you're like, I'm not going to gain 2, each of your opponents still get to do 1. You can't block them from doing it. It's not if you do it, they do it. They get the chance to do it if you do whatever this is. This is lay down the cave card.
Yeah.
So, and then everything that you pass, you get what's there. So in that case, if you would have gone 1, 2, you would get a meat, and you'd get to draw a dragon card. Once again, whenever you draw dragon or cave cards, any ones that are up or blind grab. And this is just your discard over here.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is once you work your way down to here, or you get all the way back to the top again, you get to take one of your squares and choose one of these things. You have bonus points. This is end game. This one, just a pro tip maybe, I didn't know until a couple games in. This sometimes helps a lot. This one here, you got gain a coin, gain 2 caves, pay a cave, and gain a dragon, right? They all have different things. You can put something there as long as there's no other person there. As long as there's no other person there, you can put something there. You cannot put more than 4 of your cubes on this track.
Oh.
And sometimes there's not even room, right? But down here, what you can see, 1 square, 1 person, 1 person. Now down here, you could put multiple ones down here. This is unlimited, But remember, you could only put 4 of your squares down no matter what. So I would never be able to put more than that down, even if I had the chance to do that.
Because that's 4 we needed for here
Yes.
to give a point. Okay.
Because those 4 go over there. All right.
Okay.
So I guess we can leave that there so you guys can remember that. The next thing that I'm going to talk about.
I want a 6 point. Yo!
Resvon wants 6 points for no reason. So I guess Resvon would have to be right there at that point. All right. So the next thing that I want to talk about is the end of the round. Remember, the round ends when everyone passes, right? So what you want to do is either you pass or you play your coins. Everyone has no coins left. These are your turns. Your coins equal your turns, right? So once everyone has passed, the round is over. You have scoring objectives, right? This is medium dragons on your playmat. Doesn't count any of them that you have in your hand, right? Which I don't have a medium, I have a hatchling. It would be all the medium dragons that are in any of your caves, right? Your Crimson Cavern, your Golden Grotto, or your Amethyst Abyss. Whoever has the most goes here.
Medium.
Second, third, fourth. If there's a tie for any of these, both cubes go there. So let's say I had 1 medium and Resvon had 1 medium. We would both put our cube right there. If she had handed me her cube, we can both put our cube right there.
Thank you.
There's non-competitive tying. I forget what they call it. The next person would go next. So let's say there are 3 of us and Resvon and I both went here. The next person would go to 0.
Yeah.
Right? If there were 2 of us that had the most up here. Right? If we both tied for first place, we'd both get fourth. The next person would go there. Right? And if there's a tie again, same thing. Right? So what you have here is you have the different scores.
Yeah.
Then it tells you, once the round's done, go ahead and recycle. So you recycle your dragon cards and your cave cards. You get rid of all these. You get rid of all the caves.
Yeah.
You put out new dragons for everyone. You put out new caves. 3 new caves.
Yeah.
Yep. Everyone gets 6 coins plus 1 egg. So you would go all the way back up to 6. Since we have 3 there.
I can put it here.
We're going to put 3 more coins.
If here is a full, I can put it here.
Yep. And 1 egg, you can put it on your dragon card or here, wherever you want to put it. Let's see. I'll put mine here since Resvon put hers there. Good. Once that happens, you go ahead and you take this and you pass it to the next player, their first player, and you go again. And it goes in clock-wise order. All right, one thing before we talk about in-game scoring, it just clicked in my head. If someone draws a card, if they pick this card because they're gaining a card, you do not fill these cards back up until their turn's over. Once their turn's over, then you fill any dragon or cave cards. Okay. With that said, let's say we've gone all the way through, right?
And we want to talk about this.
Oh, yes, we want to talk about that.
I'm choose for you. Okay, when we put the last card here, exactly when we put it, we can choose 3 things for given 1 coin. 3 of this card, or 3 of mix of the cards, or
resources.
We have 3 things. You can choose all resource if you have a lot of resource. You can choose all about your cards. Anything you want. It's give you 1 coin. In this situation, you can give a coin. And in this situation, just remember 2 chance have it for give a coin.
Yeah, so this is when you cover that spot up, you get to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So in scoring, once we've gone all the way around, we're at the 4th round. It tells you right here. You still activate any of your end of round items. So any cards that have end of round, you still activate them. You sit there and you figure out who wins the points in this round, who has the most, all that kind of stuff of whatever it's showing you. And then you go ahead and you score to see who has the highest. So when you score, the first thing that you do is you score any points on the Dragon Guild. So it would be down here, maybe right here, into game scoring, stuff like that. You score all those points. All right. The next thing that you want to do, and they do have a pad. I tend not to use it. I've been doing this a lot more than even laminating. I just kind of look at the pad and then I tell everybody and they add it up in their phone. But you do have a pad, double-sided, and you can laminate it.
Yeah.
But, so you do the Dragon Guild is the first thing that you do. And look at your markers on the Dragon Guild. The next thing, you look at printed VP on all your Dragon cards, as we said. There's a printed VP there, victory point. You go ahead and add all those up. After you do that, you would add up any end-game abilities. I believe one of these would have those. I showed you guys with the flags. Oh, there's one right there.
I have a flag.
So, well, you have, I'll grab this one really quick. So any cards that have that, you go ahead and add up any points you would get from that. Those are end-game abilities, the flag. Okay. All right. Then after that, you would count any eggs you still have on your mat, on your dragons, anything like that. Mm-hmm. This coin wouldn't be here. At the end of your round, you clear out any coins or eggs. Sorry about that. You go ahead and clear those out. All right. The next thing that you would do after counting your eggs is counting your cached resources. Cached resources is whenever you have any kind of resource on a dragon card. Yes. They're each worth 1. Eggs are worth 1 point. You count any cards that are tucked underneath dragons. Those are each worth 1 point. So you go ahead and count all those up. Then you look at the public objectives. So you go ahead and look here and see who has the points based on there. You add that up. After that, you would go ahead and look at items that you have. You get 1 point for every coin you have left over. Oh, okay. And then you get 1 point for every 4 other items. Oh, so 4 of it. That's cards or resources. Wow. Coins, 1 point. Any of the resources, cards, 1 point. Yeah. Then you go ahead and you add that up. You figure out who has the most points. Whoever has the most points is the winner. If there is a tie, it's the person who has the most dragons on their board. Not in their hand, but on their board. On the board. Okay. If there's still a tie, hug each other, and it's a shared tie. Shared tie.
Yeah. Okay, we turn back the
how to play for Wyrmspan, right? By Stonemaier Games, right? Stonemaier Games. Sorry.
Love it.
How many players is it? 1 to 5
player.
What is the age?
14 plus.
14 plus. And how long is the game?
90.
An hour and a half.
Wow.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for hanging in there with us with all the foibles and the mess ups, right? We'll get better. We always do. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm Steven.
I'm Rizva.
And this is Cardboard Coalition.
Help us being better with the liking, commenting, and subscribing. And don't forget, if you hit the bell notification, you will see first when we upload video for you.
All right. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.